Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you've listened to my experience about the UAP or UFO in while I was in Malaysia, in KL, in Petaling Jaya, in Chinatown, I was done doing that recording. So I was like charging my phone, right? So I decided to go to bed. So I was just lying down just a few seconds ago, man. But in fact, something happened while I was recording that. While I was doing that whole thing in my previous latest video recording or upload. While I was talking on the phone and I was pinpointing the exact location on the Google map, and I was explaining myself, my experience and everything. There was moments when I was closing my eyes, trying to remember the exact vision or the exact experience that I felt. I saw this almost like a needle like blink or spark, on my eye, man. On my right eye. It just like to me it felt like I mean I've had this experience before where where I've gotten dreams of like premonitions, like when I'm asleep, I would dream of me sitting on in front of the computer. I'll be asleep, and in my dream I would see myself sitting in front of the computer, and I'm like seeing all my friends what they are posting and everything. And at that moment, right, when I awake, and I would then log in on my Facebook, and whatever that I've dreamt of, all those posts that I saw in my dream became a reality. And when I hit that moment, right, there's always like a tiny spark out of the corner in my eye, right? It's like I would see it, man. It's like a tiny like a needle, just like it just somewhere on my right eye. On my right eye, it's at like like you can like I can like sense like I thought I saw a bright dot, man. It's like a dot, like a needle, like a needle, like a spark. So I've had those moments. So as I was saying to you earlier on about the video that I just recorded earlier on about the UFO I saw in Malaysia. Well, I've kept it like kind of like I've tried to like forget about it, but at the back of my mind, I know that one day I'm just gonna talk about it. It's just for memory's sake. If you want to believe it or not, me myself and Irene or whatever, me myself, I know, man. I remember, and I just gotta record it down, man. Maybe it might lead to something else, because things go on the internet, you might encounter, or you might get some downloads in your mind or whatever. So as soon as I was done doing the recording and everything, I was just like, okay, man, let's just go to bed, because I got a jam session like later on, like 6 p.m., and now it's almost like 5 a.m. in the morning. It's cool, man. I got about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can wake up at 2 p.m. It's fine. So I was laying down in bed, and I was just laying down in bed, and I was just closing my eyes. The room is totally dark, no bed light, no nothing. It's just total darkness. I like it dark. So I was like, it was easy, man. This tonight is easy, man. I could just close my eyes. I was almost drifting into sleep when I saw the spark came out, man. Like it just boom in the dark. When I closed my eyes. So I don't know what this psychological or scientific or paranormal or there it is again, man. Now it's because as I am talking to you right now, my eyes are closed. I just saw it. It just went to the left side of my eye. It was there again. So I don't know. It could be. I'm just gonna lay in bed for a while. And just stop this out, man. Yeah. So if you enjoy listening to this, you might want to subscribe. And if listen, if you can understand me, and if this can relax you and enlighten you, I hope I can do that. So here's my recap on what I've posted earlier on. Well, that was just a thorough explanation of my trip over there. But as I ponder on in just a few minutes, which I could gather, within a few minutes, I could gather as to how or what that was that I saw in Malaysia, in KL. Well, I think I don't know about Singapore, where I'm from. Because from where I'm from, okay, let's talk about paranormal stuff. Paranormal places where like places where kings or cemeteries, or maybe like mountains where there is like a certain tradition or a certain belief that everyone has to respect, or everyone who goes there, have experienced a certain weird or strange, or they have seen, or that kind of. I'm talking about places like in Malaysia, for example, right? There's this Malaysia itself, right? Let me tell you something about Malaysia. Yeah, it is a country next to Thailand. So if you go up to Malaysia, it's Thailand. But Malaysia itself, there are actually quite a few places where I think, according to historical facts and legends and folk tales and even scientific facts. There are places where like in America, there's Bigfoot, that kind of stuff, like Stonehenge, in England, in London, Stonehenge, that those kind of wonders of the world, the pyramids, that kind of thing. In Malaysia, there's one mountain, it's called, I think it's Mount Ophir, Ophir, Mount Ophir, yeah. It's if you say it in Malay, it's Mount Ledang, Gunung Ledang, but that is in Malacca. In Malacca used to be like the where the Sultan, he governed Malaysia, and that mountain used to have like some supernatural stuff that was attached to it, So, like I was saying in my previous post about the UFO that I saw, So I don't know if that was UFO or if that was some government surveillance thing for security, for nature, for anything paranormal that the human eyes cannot sense and see, and somehow maybe there are intelligent knowledge that the regular human beings are not taught in school, or you might have to be in a higher clearance of security to be in tune with all this knowledge, of like knowing all these places where maybe there's some reincarnation going on, at that moment, nothing major, nothing threatening, or nothing world threatening, or it's just nature taking its course, that kind of thing, and we as humans don't know, and there are people who are, maybe there has to be some sector in the government that has to learn these things. You know what I mean? Like if you believe in religion, God, black magic and all that stuff, and yeah, I mean, who knows, man, So I was thinking maybe what I saw was there for a reason, because as I checked the location, it was actually above some nature reserved land, which I think has some I don't know, some properties that they want to be taken care of, something like that. Maybe they want to make sure certain species of animals there are like taking its course, doing its thing, just like doing its own thing, and this surveillance thing that we see as UFOs or UAPs are actually guarding this beings or animals or whatever, and they're just there to ensure that nature is in protection, and that's all. And I think countries that has these technologies are rich. I think if what I saw, I think what I saw is not something from another planet or something. I think it's definitely man-made, man. It's definitely some security, military surveillance. It depends on which sector. Maybe nature or maybe intel. Trying to get a intel. They are doing some operation, or I don't know. You know. Uh, you know. And yeah, but just now I saw this bright spark, man. Just as I was about to hit. When you fall asleep, there's the theta and delta state of mind. I think theta is when your mind is partially awake, and when you hit delta, that is when your mind is totally in deep sleep, and that is when you start dreaming and everything. And I was about to hit the delta mode, and I saw a bright spark just pop. It popped in my field of vision on my right eye, and I haven't had that in quite a long time. And strangely, after I've decided to talk about my experience in Malaysia or in KL, which is real, which I actually held it back. I actually, yeah, I told my guitarist, Mikey and everything, what I should have done, at that moment, when all that was happening, I was sitting by the window, right, so I was seated by the window, when I saw that thing, right, Mikey was on his bed, he was just lying down, just going through his handphone, I should have just like, hey Mikey, Mike, turn on your camera, Mike, turn on your camera, get behind me, press the record button and just get behind me and look at that. I should have just done that, man, but at that moment it didn't occur to me, because I was just like awe-struck by what I saw. My mind was trying to register to register. The hell is that? Is that like a cloud, or is that like an aeroplane? Or but it came out kind of like slow. It came out very slowly, just behind the cloud, man. Like it was just like, okay, let me make a sound, and like the distance and speed. Okay, this is the cloud, right? It just like that was it. Then I saw it, man. Yeah. So at that moment, I was just like, okay, what is that? Oh, and then my mind was saying, oh, UFO, government surveillance, blah, 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 blah. So I wasted about like 5 seconds just trying to register what it is, man, And when I was trying to grab my phone, it floated up. It caught off the sun's ray, and it glistened in the sky, So there was a reflection, and then it went back behind the cloud. So I don't know. Maybe it was there, as I pinpointed to you earlier on the map. It could be some nature reserve, surveillance, craft, that kind of thing. And I know countries like Malaysia, I mean, they are rich, I mean, like you could build like one of those for like billion, or I don't know, for a few billion, and I'm sure you can like raise that kind of money if you got that nuclear energy, that kind of stuff, nuclear device. Yeah, nuclear device, because the band that I was playing in, right, so we were playing in Rumah Api, right, Oh my god, I need to talk to this guy, man. God damn it. Yeah. So on the second night, I played with this band that the guitarist, right? I forgot. Oh yeah, his name is Ben. Benjamin Ben. We call him Ben. So on the first night I drank. We killed like 4 bottles of rice wine, tuak, the Malaysian rice wine. So on the first night, I've never met him before, And Mikey was like, he's always a quiet guy. He would never tell me like stuff like hey, he would just let me experience like things on my own, or that kind of thing, like and that's the reason why like me and him, like I kind of like feel safe with him, or he feel comfortable with me, I feel comfortable with him, because we try to not to like overreact to like to things that we know that are dangerous, or that kind of thing. We know, and we stay away from that, man, so it's like it's understood, man. We try to like like get too excited about that and everything, so it's just like kind of like come on, man, I know it, man, so but yeah, the guy I met, right, Ben, we were drinking, that night, and then Mike told me, he's gonna play with us, man, he's the guitarist, Mike was telling me, you remember the song that I let you hear, that you laugh so hard, that it was so funny. He's the guitarist. And on that night I was like, oh yeah, oh, you are the guitarist for that band? And he was like, yeah, I'm Benjamin, Ben, and I said, hey, nice to meet you, man. And we both just like casually just drinking, breaking the ice, having some good laughs, man, laughing our asses off, man, about the songs, and how can I not laugh when I saw him wearing this t-shirt, and it says something like in Malay, some funny thing, I'm like, what the fuck, man, it's like, Uncle Death or something, like the killer uncle, but it's in Malay, it's just funny, man, it's like, Uncle John the killer or something like that, or, but in Malay, it's like, Pak Atan, Pak means father or uncle, Atan is a name, Maut means death, Pak Atan Maut. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, it's a funny t-shirt, man, And so on the second day, right? His band was playing. So I had no idea who his band members were. And his band name is called Panda Panda Head Curry. Panda Head Curry. So I don't know where they got that idea from, or how that idea came about. So I need to ask him more of that. He's now in Malaysia, or he's in holiday somewhere, man. That guy is always holidaying. So I don't know. But I got him on Facebook though. And so on the second night at Rumah Api, right? His band members turn up. So I saw, and so the rest of the guys, all of us, we were just sitting outside this this cheap local restaurant. You can get your chai tea for like $1.50, or just maybe just super cheap, just simple local food. So we were just sitting down there, a lot of locals, around the town. We were just blending in, man. We didn't act like tourists. But Mike is an American guy. And yeah, I mean, he blended in like an expat there. So we didn't create any scene, because I'm always aware if there's someone looking, or if there's trouble. I could sense that. So we blended in well. And then Ben came. And then I saw this old guy. Oh, really, really old, man. He's like in his seventies or 60s, man. And then one of the guys said, "Hey, that's Uncle James or something like that, man." And so my bassist Rory was asking, "Who's that guy, man?" And so one of the local guys was saying, "Oh, these two old guys, they were like one of the 70s, 80s musicians, man. So they're like kind of like a big deal back in the day, man. And now they're playing in a freaking punk band, which is very funny, which I'm gonna tell you all the story later on. So soon as we were done finishing our Coca-Cola, I was just having water, and just warming up, before the beers, just a bit of water. So we went upstairs to the second level of that building. Got upstairs, bought myself a few cans of beer, loosen up, and I saw the old guy. He looked like he's an English guy, and the way he speaks, you can sense that there's the British accent, like a professor. The way he speak, like a professor. So I asked like a few of the guys, like, "Hey, who is this guy, man?" And I think I heard someone said, that guy is a real time professor. He studies science in the University of Malaysia, that kind of shit. I don't know, true or not. I need to ask him personally. And so his band was up. And the first song was I don't know. He said they were singing a Russian drinking song. So everyone was like, "Oh yeah, let's drink," and they were, one of those songs where they depict what's happening around the world. Like right now between Ukraine and Russia. They just write a song about it. That's all. There's nothing extreme about it. It's just a depiction. That's all. And we as listeners, we listen to the song and we